Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing the new One Piece chapter 1029, titled The Tower, in reference to the Tower card in Tarot. So yeah, spoiler warning before we begin, and let's jump straight into today's chapter. So first things first, the cover page is Bonnie having a soba eating contest with some chipmunks, I believe, or some otters. Yeah, otters, not chipmunks. This was a fan request, so no cover stories yet. Find it taking a bit too long to get back to those, but yeah. So jumping straight back into the chapter where the last one ended, we see Sanji was hit on the neck / facial area around here with Queen's sword, and it broke, and we see he has a little dent on his face here, and he sticks his hand in his mouth and pops it back out. And in doing so, we hear some of the foot soldiers asking if he used haki, how he managed to break Queen's sword, what's going on. And Queen is like, I know you didn't use haki, but I remember Judge saying that he was able to give, or wanted to give, his kids or humans exoskeletons and regenerative powers and physical strength, as well as a cold heart and things like that. And Sanji is just like, we see him in his head thinking to himself, no, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want to turn out like my siblings or heartless monsters. And he is like, wait, stop, what's happening to my body? And he takes off running, and he's like, give me a minute, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. And he keeps saying he doesn't want to lose his humanity. So that's interesting. So he runs off, and we see Chopper is there like, Sanji, my boy, I've never seen anything like this in all of my years. Because he's still old man Chopper, so old man, short, tiny Chopper, so yeah. But we have something interesting again with regards to Sanji, and that is while running away, some of the soldiers decide to shoot at him because his back is turned. So they decide to use their guns and shoot at him, and when they do, it hits him, like I think 3 bullets hit him. We see 3 little specks hit him, and it didn't really damage him. He just turns around and looks at them and says, that hurts, in an angry tone, and Queen then fires a laser beam. But he continues to run away. So this is interesting because remember in Whole Cake they also mentioned normal bullets wouldn't kill the German. They needed the candy covered rounds to do it, or the candy coated rounds. So we see this time back in here now where Sanji normal bullets won't affect him anymore, I guess. So we then cut to the second floor, and we see basically Big Mom using Hera and Napoleon, and she's about to strike Kid with a kind of slashing attack, and Kid is on the floor, and Law tells him he's being really useless right now. What's going on? And Law uses Shambles and Counter Shock to try to save Kid, and in doing so Big Mom retaliates using Prometheus, and she uses Stolen Fire and kind of hits Law and burns him, I guess. And he falls to the ground, and Big Mom proceeds to try to strike both of them using an attack called Mama Raid, or Mama's Raid, Mama Raid. And essentially she jumps in the air and spins and comes down with her sword and hits the ground. And I don't think she connected with any of them, but I guess the attack still did damage from all the rubble, because we see Kid on the floor, Law on the floor, and Mama is smiling. And Kid gets up and he still has his headache, and he's like, what's happening to me? You know, after my whole pirating career, to come this far and just be, you know, here to die like this without doing anything, well, that would be a big waste. A big waste. And Big Mom laughs and was like, you're funny, Kid. And she says, you know, it looks like you might die here on your own. So, yeah, she's being cold. But yeah, we then get to the part of the chapter which I thought we wouldn't get. I thought this would be off screen, but this is what I was actually excited for. And we cut back to Hawkins versus Killer, and Killer is laughing, of course, because he ate the fruit, but he's injured. We see blood coming out his mask is slightly cracked, and he's asking Hawkins to stop because Hawkins is banging his head on the post, and he's just like, please stop, and Killer's crew is asking him why can't they help, why they're not allowed to help, and jumping. Is Hawkins crazy? He's attacking himself, slamming his head on the wall. Why can't we help? And Killer is just like, hush, shush, don't say anything, don't fight, just stay put. And they want to know why he's not fighting, because of course they're saying they need to finish up this fight because of the fire spreading and it's getting closer. And Kid proceeds to ask, I'm asking you, please release Kid and take me instead. And Hawkins proceeds to just belittle and beat Killer up some more. He kicks him around and tells him basically he's like I know Kid is fighting Big Mom down there, and we don't know if he will succeed in this dream of hunting down an emperor, but you know, his sights are so high, set so high, and Killer is like, well, yeah, but you're kind of sabotaging that with this whole doll voodoo thing that you're doing. And Hawkins is like, I'm not preventing you from doing anything. If you want to go and help or you want to go there, use your sights, kill me, and go. And he proceeds to beat Killer up. At this point, Killer is just taking it, he's kicking him around, and he begins to tell Killer, you know, you all have no chance against Kaido and Big Mom. They're the emperors, they're the strongest, there's a reason for that. There's a reason they're on top so long, nobody could do it. But Killer says, I know you have some sort of regret that you joined Kaido before, you know, when he fell from the sky previously and interrupted their meeting. And we know it was because, you know, you were scared for your life, you didn't want to die. And that's why you joined them. And he's like, you feared dying, but look at us, we really didn't fear it, and look, we're still here, we're still alive, we're still fighting. And Killer is basically telling Hawkins, you know, you choose the wrong side, now is your chance to join the right side. But last, Hawkins is just like, well, I'm going to show you really join the wrong side, and he pulls out his sword. I don't think we ever got a rank for his sword or a name for his sword, but it's his straw sword that kind of turns into the straw man. But he pulls out his sword and is about to cut Killer, and Killer says, I have two questions for you then before we go through all this. First of all, if I attack you, where does the damage go? If you take damage without a proper conduit, so essentially he's planning what the whole fandom was thinking beforehand, which is maybe the left arm a Kid and it wouldn't affect him. So he's asking questions, and Hawkins doesn't really answer. He says, you've known how my power works all this time, so you know, you attack me, damage goes to Kid basically. And he's about to do something. At the same time, Killer jumps up and slashes Hawkins' arm off. And we see everyone is shocked, and Hawkins begins to scream out and say, how did you cut my arm off? The damage should have gone to Kid. And Killer tells him, Kid has no left arm. So before we continue, full stop. This was a theory everybody was thinking from the time we got this fight. Everyone was thinking that the way he would win is essentially he would cut off his left arm, so it wouldn't affect Kid's left arm, and this would go directly to Hawkins. So let's give Hawkins a round of applause and welcome him to the One Arm Club alongside Shanks and Kid. And we have anybody else with one arm in this series? I feel like we do, but let's welcome him to the One Arm Crew. Come join Shanks and Kid. Um, but yeah, he then he asks him one other question. He tells him, what happens if I pull this doll out of your arm? And he proceeds to pull the straw doll out. And he's like, congratulations, that is the last doll. So basically, if you kill me now, you actually kill me. But Hawkins pulls out his tarot and he uses the death card. And this summons the big straw man that we've seen earlier in the series when he was fighting, or when he tried to capture Luffy and Zoro. He summoned it with the big scythe and Zoro stopped it. So he summoned this at Killer, but Killer uses beheading claw and basically beheads it in an instant, like as it's summoned it's dead. But Hawkins says, I'll bring it back to life using this card, and he pulls the tower card, but before he can use it, Killer uses Spin and Sonic, which I think is a new attack, and he proceeds to cut Hawkins with what seems to be a slash straight up his chest, the middle of his face, his head. So he's going to have a nasty scar if they decide to leave it going straight up his body, and Hawkins falls to the ground. But we get the meaning of the card that he drew, the tower card. And the tower card in Strawman's card says that the tower means the collapse of an old and brittle, or the collapse of old and brittle, and the hidden meaning is a new way forward. And while we get in this narration, we see a stare down between Kid Law and Big Mom in a panel, and Kid gets up and he says, my body feels much lighter. And I'm guessing the card reference is to Big Mom being old and brittle and falling maybe here. But the chapter ends with Killer standing on top and he says, get going, partner. And the chapter ends there, and the next chapter is on the 31st, so next week. And a lot happened in this chapter, but I really thought we would have gotten this fight off screen, so I'm happy it wasn't done off screen and it was done on screen, where we could see everything and see the fight. So I'm wondering if Hawkins is going to get back his arm now, if he's going to change sides, if he's going to die, maybe. What will be the outcome? Also, what happened to Drake? We still haven't seen X Drake in a long time, because I thought maybe he would have had the showdown with Hawkins, but Killer did. So what's next? I don't know. Maybe Killer will go and join and help them fight Big Mom now. Maybe Drake goes up there too and helps them, but we'll see. All in all, though, this was a really good chapter. I enjoyed seeing this fight with other characters. It was one chapter, but pretty good. I'm going to guess the anime may expand on it a bit more. But all in all, good chapter. I enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed it. I don't think there's much else that happened in this chapter aside from that to discuss, because we didn't get no Luffy or Kaido this chapter or anything with that. Sanji, on the other hand, I think he's going to end up being similar to his brothers with the body and the abilities, kinda, minus the cold heart. He'll still be human, have his emotions, but he'll be tough, he'll be durable, he'll be faster. And I'm going to assume Queen is going to push him into a corner and he's going to use the raid suit very soon. He'll be forced to use it, and we may see an evolution of the raid suit, maybe, or maybe an evolution in Sanji's fighting style or attacks when he syncs up with his raid suit fully. So yeah, again, good chapter, and I'll see you all next week for the next one.